star of the show is quite happy he's got his tennis ball down there. Up here it gets so much bigger. That's why it's so important to do this correctly. I can't feel this club at all. Let your club respond. That's a good barometer if you've done it correctly. Spiral up your body into your golf club. It's like a cause and effect. It's one of my things that cure for. As they fall on their toes, it's more subtle than that. But it looks like I'm hitting it over those bushes, doesn't it? Hi everyone, welcome back to another video here on the channel. Thank you very much for joining me. The star of the show is quite happy he's got his tennis ball down there. This video, as you can see from the title or thumbnail, is the figure of 8 weight shift. So moving our weight correctly around our feet has a spiraling effect up our body, into our arms, and then into this club face. If you get this weight shift right, it can have a fantastic positive effect on how this club face is performing, because I don't know about you, I can't feel this club at all going round me, but I can influence it with my weight shift. And this is what this video is all about today. So Trev's disappeared. I'll get the front camera set up and we'll tell you all about it. Okay everyone, thanks very much for joining me. And weight shift in the golf swing is not necessarily just about getting our weight onto our right and onto our left. It's more subtle than that. How we move our weight around our feet has an effect of how we move our legs, our body, and then our club. Where does our club want to go? Where can it be affected? It's like a cause and effect. It's one of my things that cure for. And generally, competent golfers have a weight shift that's correct because they can finish with balance. And a lot of good club golfers I've played with, they finish out of balance, they fall on their toes, or they're just basically out of sync with their weight shift. Let's talk about this weight shift and where it should be in your posture, backswing, downswing, and then the finish. So if you've seen plenty of my videos, especially my playing videos, or if I'm hitting a ball here, very rarely I'm losing balance. That shows that I've got the weight shift moving correctly and then I can finish. But my weight is moving correctly around my feet, and because it is only subtle, because it is only small down there in terms of, let's say, a small circle. Up here it gets so much bigger. That's why it's so important to do this correctly. Now obviously we don't have any weight shift at our posture. I don't like too much weight on the balls of the feet. I like kind of 50-50. If anything, it would probably be the end of the laces, if anything. Obviously you don't want to sit back too much and you don't want to be on the diving board too much. A lot of people say grip on with your toes. I don't like that. I like to be nice and relaxed so I can kind of lift my toes and heels. Now in the backswing, because of my coil, my weight goes now back onto my left heel. At the top of the backswing, I can kind of like wiggle my toes. That's a good barometer if you've done it correctly. So if you're coiling instead of tilting, if you're tilting, the weight's going to go on the outside and on top of your toes there. If you're coiling correctly, which means you just got a hula hoop round you, and you can then twist, the weight goes back into my heel there. So it's really settling. So it's really allowing some weight to go into my right side and back as well. So it's not just into my right side and not just doing this, which is false. The coiling pushes this weight and you should feel it on top of your hip there and the inside of your thigh. From here, you're looking to get your weight onto your toes. This is the only time the weight goes onto your toe in transition. So I can now feel the weight into my balls of my feet here, into my toes. It's not enough for me to lift my left heel, but my weight is definitely going a little bit more diagonal at the top of the backswing. So it's 50-50 into my right heel, but not on the outside, just straight in the middle of it, and then it goes over to my left toe. Just subtly, that's too much. From here, now my weight, because my pocket is moving back, my weight is now moving on top of my left heel. Now obviously that is happening split second. I can't really feel that, but you can break it down. Like so many of the videos I do, we can just slowly break it down. So posture 50-50, into my right heel, into my left toe, into my left heel. So that's a little thing you can say, a little kind of mantra. So 50-50, heel and toe, into my right heel, into my left toe, into my left heel. Okay, let's clip a few away. 1 or 2 out of 10 in terms of pace. 50-50, right heel, left toe, left heel. Now there's going to be some areas where you do it well, and there's going to be some areas where you need a little bit of encouragement. For me, I need some encouragement to get my left, to get some weight onto my left heel, because I get a little bit slow and stuck here. So I know I'm quite good at this area here into my left toe, so I can lose 3 out of those 4 weight shifts. And I'm really going to put most of my eggs in my left pocket and getting some weight on my heel here. Okay, let's do it. So a little bit of right heel going back and then left heel. There we go. And that left heel going back, if you're ever hooking the ball, that left heel or that left hip going back to put weight on that left heel really stabilizes the club on the way through. Because if I'm stuck here now, because it's going so quickly, the club's going to flash past me and hook. So that's my bad one. If you're hooking the ball, suffering from a bit of hook, getting your pockets working round, getting your weight back into your left heel, exaggerated, really stabilizes your arms, and then it can stabilize the club face. So that's the spiral that I'm talking about. Obviously everyone's different, but I would say a majority of club golfers would be okay backswing. They probably need a little bit of encouragement to coil, but I'd say a majority of club golfers are bad on the way down. So if you feel like you're a little bit quick with your rotation and you're a bit back and your weight's going back into your heels too quickly in transition, I would really focus on getting your, like doing some pump exercises, getting some weight onto your toe. Having that weight going diagonally forward encourages the club to fall down. My club now, my arms, when I do this, doesn't want to go that way. Nice and light, nice coil, which helps as well. Now I'm really blocking myself out, but it looks like I'm hitting it over those bushes, doesn't it? Obviously that's exaggerated. And from here, if you're used to twisting, don't worry about that. You can put all your eggs in maybe a bit of coil and a bit of kind of shifting over to your left toe. So let's do that. Really get that club dropping down, starting right. There we go. Now I'm not trying to start the ball right. All I'm doing, and I'm lucky because I'm quite neutral, all I'm doing is I'm really making myself shut here. So I think Hogan was one of the best at this. He really looked like he was, from halfway down, it looked like he was hitting it 40 yards right, because he had a pivot, an absolute, one of the quickest pivots. So he really put all his eggs here to really shallow it off, and then he really fired it. Obviously he worked at it too. If you're not sure which one to work on, the ball will tell you. Like I showed you there, if your ball is darting right too much and hooking, I would leave your kind of structure of your downswing. I'd leave your left toe alone. I would work on maybe put all more eggs in your kind of your left hip. So let's do that. I'm really going to feel from about here, my left hip turning through my pockets, weight onto my left heel. There we go. It really makes really posts my left leg a little bit more. Really keeps the club face down the line a little bit more as well. Doesn't shut me out there like I did with the previous shot. If you're a golfer that's suffering from a bit of a slice, 9 times out of 10 you're probably a little bit early with the rotation, getting your weight back a little bit too much. That's why I see a lot of players finish with their weight on their toes, because they go back too early, weight on their heels too early, and then the follow through pulls them onto their toes and they fall this way. So it's really important to kind of get onto your left side, stay there for as long as you can, trust that you've got enough rotation anyway, and the club will respond. Nice and light with the hands and the arms, let your club respond. Get in the way of the shot you slice as the ball. There, how can I slice from here? If you've got enough up and out, you need to put yourself in the biggest shut position you can, feel like you're going to hit it 50 yards right, get some weight on top of that left toe, the ball of your feet here. Really shut yourself down. Definitely going to coil for this one, because the more you can coil on that right heel, it's easier to get over. Let's do that. So right heel, left toe. Oh wow, yes, lovely bit of draw. So there's your spiral, there's your influence about this figure of 8 weight shift through your swing. Generally we've got half of those done if you're a slicer or a hooker, but we need to kind of focus on the other half to really influence our club to make it a little bit more consistent. Okay everyone, so thanks very much for joining me. If you've made it this far, I really appreciate all your support, and these videos are hopefully here to help you, not necessarily swing the club correctly, but to give you an answer to why this ball's doing what it's doing, and then hopefully how to fix it. Because we're on the golf course, we've got 4 hours out there, hopefully, that it can go wrong. Everyone who plays golf, it always goes wrong, if you're a tour pro or a beginner. But when it goes wrong, we need to try and get the bolts back on the wheel as quick as possible. And the only way to do that is to try and find the reasons why and then how. A lot of people know why we have a bad shot, but more importantly, we need to know how to fix it. That's for certain. And this is why the Academy is here. If you don't know my backstory, cut a very, very long story short, it's come from frustration. It's come from years on tour of not knowing where that ball was 9 times out of 10. I had my moment in the sun, or moments in the sun, that's for certain. But generally, over a long period of time, over 15, 20 years, I didn't know where this golf ball was going. And under those stressful situations, it's difficult, really difficult and stressful. And golf, as we know, even if you're a recreational player, if you're out on the golf course, you're not having a good time, it's not a nice place to be, is it? So I've been there, I can feel it. This is why the Academy is here, and this is why I have the passion for everyone to hopefully know, most of the time, how to fix it. Okay, so that's my short little blurb over. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you very much for liking, subscribing. And if you're new to the channel, welcome to the Academy at YouTube. And if you're a regular viewer, thank you so much for your continued support. It means so much. For a little channel like this, every person's support means so much, so thank you very much. Okay, looks like Trev has decided it's the end of the video, so we bid you farewell. Hope it's sunnier where you are than it is here. Pretty stormy and windy in the UK at the moment, but anyway, hope you're playing some good golf. Hope you're getting out there playing some golf, and we'll see you next time. So for myself, Trev, and a blustery day here in the Middle Range at Chesterfield, we'll see you next time. Cheerio!